as well. And this factory will get a full another scout.
And Satini's going to expand instead and just be willing to be slightly behind. Down goes the factory. I don't know if you mentioned that.
It was doomed anyway, as it was in the red and only had about 20 health left. We see ghosts and marines moving and marauders moving across the field now with some medvacs to support them.
14 marines, 4 marauders. Marines don't have any attack or shield upgrade. Of course, the marauders won't as well. And this is going to be an interesting battle. This ghost is going to have to pick off. Oh, nice move. He picks off a pylon hanging on the edge of Metalopolis main base for Hooligan. Hooligan's building an immortal out of his robotics facility. Down goes another pylon. So Satini is not making a secret. Look at this. Oh, he pops him. You see that?
Yeah, I did.
He took out the shield's about 10. He went ghost first. Oh, he needed those force fields to win this fight. Nice force fields. That's going to force Satini. Oh, is Satini going to go in anyway? Yes, he is. Repeated stim packs.
And takes out the immortal.
Oh, that final cycle of warp-ins finally forces Satini back. And these stalkers do outrun these medevacs. Satini will expand. Maynard transferring in a whole bunch of SCVs. Right now, we are almost 12 minutes into the game. Satini sits at 38 SCVs mining from 2 bases and 2 refineries. He has a total army count of 76. Hooligan, on the other hand, has an army count of 76 as well, with 42 probes mining off of 2 bases. Another scan by Satini. Robotics Bay, another gate, and 2 more gateways by Hooligan. Look at this, a 3rd command center by Satini. McDuff's, what do you think, man? What is the next move here?
It's hard to say.
This is a very small force. I don't know if he's...
And I agree with that, because the force by Hooligan definitely looks like it can do some heavy damage, and we'll see what Satini's going to do. It looks like he's going to continue pushing.
Ghost has got he's going in ghost first again.
A scan was laid down. Satini could have a very hard time on this push, man. Nice EMP. That was a fantastic EMP. And let's see if that's going to be able to pay the Bulldog here as Virus Satini starts to lose more and more of his forces. Only Stalkers and a couple sentries left for Hooligan right now, with Zealots warping in, and it looks like they will successfully be able to thwart off this attack.
One of the dropships is in big trouble, but it does survive down to 10 health. So both players are mining off of 45 worker units each. However, Satini now has a 3rd base to mine from. Satini's original main base still has some resources left. So does Hooligan's. Hooligan's got to expand.
That's right, and we see a bunch of scouting supply depots out by Satini right now as he starts to build in the other expansion areas and starts to do a little bit of scouting as well. And it looks like he's going to do a little bit of a push.
Yeah, this tells me, all those supply depots tells me Satini's gaining some confidence. And check this out, Viking.
Especially if he can ball them in and throw down that EMP enough, man. And yes, dropship, 3 marauders and 1 marine.
And so he's obviously going to time. Satini's going to time a double-pronged attack because these are behind smoke. He's looking for a 3rd base, and he's going to find nothing. And he's probably going to be happy about that.
Scan does go down, revealing no base. And here
ship.
Comes the attack. Moving into the mineral line.
All these Protoss units way out of position. They can't climb the ramp.
And once they do climb the ramp, we know Satini is going to go ahead and push in through the front. But it looks like Satini will go ahead and pick up that Marine and those Marauders and move out. We see Satini with some hidden starports over here on the very left-hand side of the map, as well as throwing down another expansion. And look at this. Giant force by Hooligan coming in.
15 Zealots, 10 Stalkers, 2 Colossus. Satini does not want to face a Protoss force all balled up and together. Basically, every fighting unit Hooligan owns is right here. This is exactly what Satini doesn't want.
Oh, and the ghost goes down.
He surrounds them. And that surround looks like it may work as these Vikings are taking down the Colossus hard.
That is correct, but these gateway units bringing some problems for the Marauders and Marines as these Zealots come in and continue to do heavy damage, and it looks like Satini is going to be on the ropes now, Jim.
Well, Satini's losing worker unit after worker unit. Satini's army is down to 6 Marines and 5 Marauders.
And kind of a misclick by Hooligan as he gets surrounded by SCVs and will lose the rest of those Stalkers.
Now, Hooligan's army now only consists of Zealots. That is all he owns. And those Zealots don't have the speed upgrade. Now, the one thing Hooligan has done is he's taken the worker count of Satini down to 40. While all that was going down, Satini attacked Hooligan in his main base. Both players are down to 42 worker units apiece. The difference is Satini's got 4 command centers.
That's correct.
So
we see another few barracks going down as well from Satini.
So Satini handled that trade really well in a hidden starport.
And yes, I did point that out earlier. But always nice to reiterate as we see this Marine just hanging out in that third expansion area, watching out for Hooligan and seeing if there's any type of expansions going down. This observer is seeing this whole army composition here that Satini has amassed.
Another 20-plus minute game, McDuffs.
That's right.
So I think Satini's in a really advantageous position with all these places he can mine from. I think that Hooligan's got to go in and kill a lot of workers. Satini's up to 54 SCVs. Oh, look at all these SCVs come off the line. Hooligan's got to do a lot of damage here.
And these Marauders stem up and move forward.
Wow, the SCVs turn out to be a substantial part of this force, and they're getting the job done against these sentries.
That's right. GG is called. Hooligan is out of here. Satini pushes forward. We see a Terran victory once again.
You might be a damn pirate, Rainer, but whatever happens, you saved my boys today. And I won't forget that.
All in a day's work, General.
All right, so there we have it. Satini moving forward. Hooligan is out. We're continuing on in this Craft Cup tournament with some requests to see Bling in if anybody can get one of the Bling games.
I'm working on that. I talked with him, but he's eating a little bit right now, so he said like 5 minutes and then they can start.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a trip to the trailer park, Jim.
Great.
Your favorite part, Jim.
That's right.
Whatever,
here it is.
man. More garbage games that people are going to get bored of in 6 weeks.
Well,
Peggy
6 weeks
16.
is pretty long.
Starcraft lasted 12 years.
Ordinary men are but piles of flesh and bone. Too weak to stand against the enemy we now face. But with the nanosuit, I can give them speed, invisibility, and unimaginable strength.
Hey, you guys want to join in on me? I got a Nurchio game. Oh, what are we holding for?
The nanosuit is the future of our feeble species, and only you can finish what I started over a century ago.
Incoming alien threat. Armor mode engaged. Critical threat neutralized.
All right, so that was a trip to the trailer park, and we saw Crisis 2. That one looks like it's going to be a fun game. So we are in another game right now. Nurchio against Happy Zerg. If we have any more downtime, you guys, I will do some requests. So keep those YouTube copy and paste ready as Jim snores in the mic because he's a big jerk. Anyways, Nurchio against Happy Zerg. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Is it over?
It is over. Let's go.
All right, man. I gotta wake up. It gets boring. Okay, we finally got some games. Okay, good. Let's go, guys.
That's right. Here we go. The countdown has begun. And here we go. Non-stop action right here, right now. All right, everybody, welcome to IMBA TV, where everything is in balance. We've got Nurchio facing TT Happy Zerg, and this is going to be on Shakira's Plateau. This is the EU.Craftcup main event number 32. The winner of this event will get the last place into the King of the Month, which you can see at kotm.craftcup.com. Check that out. While we get into it, I am MC Dustin. With me is Jim Raynor, who's going to take it away.
All right, so this is a 5th round game. Craft Cup main event 32 is a 10-round event, so these players have made it halfway through. Both of these players are perennial top 200 European ladder players. If they're not in the top 200, it's because they're too bored, and they're only playing custom games. In any event, Happy Zerg usually plays as Zerg. Nurchio plays as random on the ladder, and Zerg in the Craft Cup itself. This is a 4-player map, and these players have spawned in the closest possible location. They can destroy the destructible rocks and take a direct path into their opponent's base. The problem is both rocks have 2,000 hit points, so that's a lot of hit points you got to destroy. Now we're noticing Happy Zerg starts off by exploring with a drone, moving through the middle of the map. Both players spot their overlords, so they know where their opponent is located. And I'm not sure what Happy Zerg is up to. Maybe he's afraid of a 6 pool. I'm not sure. But he does know where Nurchio is located. And Happy Zerg is sitting on 15 drones. So is it going to... Oh, and Nurchio breaks the ice by laying down a spawning pool and an extractor. Spawning pool first, as of his 15th drone. And it looks like Happy Zerg is going to wait to the very last minute before laying... Oh, no. Happy Zerg is going to build an expansion hatchery. So he no doubt has this timing scientifically figured out, and he knows that there's nothing Nurchio can do with these early Zerglings. That is why he probably wanted to move his scouting drone in there to decide whether or not he could expand. So that was the rationale behind that decision. Spawning pool, which is at 300 health, while the spawning pool for Nurchio has just finished. Queen by Nurchio. So no, it looks like there's really no urgency on the part of Nurchio to crank out Zerglings. He's only pumping out 2 right now. So Nurchio also realizes that he cannot successfully attack the expansion. And Nurchio is going to expand himself.
So it looks like, just a normal game by both these players. The little difference is, Happy Zerg doesn't have an extractor yet, and it doesn't look like he's planned to get one thus far. We'll see if he lays one down, though.
Yeah. Speed Zerglings are being researched by Nurchio. So that'll make for an interesting contrast in a couple of minutes when Happy Zerg does not have speed Zerglings and Nurchio does. We'll see if Nurchio tries to exploit that advantage in some way. A spine crawler being placed by Happy Zerg. And